you can count on.
Tonight on Eyewitness News at 6, a 16-year-old suspected shoplifter was shot and killed inside of a crowded Walmart last night during a deadly confrontation with Osceola County deputies.
People were screaming, hollering, grabbing their children, clutching them.
Right now, we are pressing the sheriff's office for answers, like how many shots were fired, and did they find a gun on the now dead teenager? And just moments ago, we spoke with someone who was inside the store, had a gun, and witnessed the whole thing. Good evening, I'm Greg Warmoth.
I'm Martha Sagowski. Only Channel 9 talked to one of the armed bystanders you see in that video right there just within the past 30 minutes. And we learned about what happened firsthand from that gentleman. We have live team coverage beginning with Channel 9's JJ Burton. And JJ, you literally just interviewed this guy moments ago. And he has all the details about what happened, and he's telling you all of it.
Yeah, it was about a 20-minute or so interview. His name is Yamil Villanueva. He's a correction officer, and like you said, he was in that video you saw. And he says that he had just bought his stuff, paid for his stuff. He was with a family member, and he heard commotion. He sent the family member out, and he had his gun on him. It was concealed, though. And then he saw the deputy tell the guy to stop. He says he saw the gun on the 16-year-old, but he didn't realize the guy was 16. The kid was 16. He says he saw the gun fall, and the deputy tell the kid to not pick up the gun, but he still tried to pick up the gun, and he says the deputy had no choice. I want to hear you can hear from him here.
Basically what it was, officer was telling, you know, the other person to stay here, don't go anywhere, we got to figure something out. The guy didn't want to comply. He was trying to run away, and officer got in his way and told him, listen, we got to figure something out. And then he tried to pull out his gun and run, and then the gun fell. And the officer directed him not to pick up the gun and leave the gun on the floor. Do not pick it up. He didn't comply. He disobeyed the lawful order, and he tried to pick up the gun. And, you know, civilians around and all that stuff going on, the emotions. We just don't know if he was going to be a threat and shoot civilians or shoot within civilian point of view. And officer went downrange and
he was adamant, too. He adamant that the officer did exactly what he was supposed to do. Now, what he says is that he had his gun on him, but he didn't pull his gun out. Yamil didn't. He says that he told the officer, I'm an ally. I'm an off-duty corrections officer, and I'm an ally. And the officer told him what had happened. He told him to watch out, though, because there were two other suspects with him, and they had taken off, but he wasn't sure where they were. And so he just stood next to that officer, had his hand on his gun. He didn't take it out. And again, he says he saw this suspect that have the gun fall, and the suspect tried to get the gun. He didn't realize that he was 16. He says that the suspect had facial hair and he looked like he was in his 20s. So he was surprised when he found out today that this guy was 16. Greg and Martha?
JJ, great job getting that interview, and I know that you're still processing that. We'll play a lot more of that tonight, but did he see anything that they had stolen or had concealed? Because originally this came in as shoplifting, obviously ended very violently and deadly as well. Did he see any items on these young people?
No, he didn't even see the other two suspects, but he didn't see that he didn't see what was stolen or if anything was stolen. He heard commotion, and he heard the deputy tell the guy to stop. He saw the gun fall, and that's when he says he stood next to the deputy and told the deputy that I'm an ally, I can help you, I'm an off-duty correction officer. And that's when he stood there and listened to what the deputy was saying. But yeah, he didn't see anything that was stolen or what, if anything, was stolen.
All right, thank you, JJ. Just as a reminder, I mean, he had a concealed carry permit. He's a corrections officer, and when JJ interviewed him, he had the weapon on him today. All right, we'll hear more from that person tonight, and thank you for that interview. That was compelling. Our live team coverage on this developing story continues with Channel 9's Sabrina Majori. She joins me now live from the Walmart there in Poinciana, where this went down at 8 o'clock last night. Sabrina, no arrests have been made of those other two people that were at least questioned today.
Yeah, Greg, the sheriff's office says it is still early in their investigation, so they haven't announced any arrests. They have not announced any charges, but they do say those two suspects include another minor and a man who was in his 20s. Now, if you take a look behind us here at this Walmart where this all happened, it really seems as if things are back to normal. I was inside just a little bit ago. People are shopping. You wouldn't even notice that the shooting happened, again, less than 24 hours ago.
Check your peoples, man.
This video taken inside of a Poinciana Walmart captures the moment just after an officer-involved shooting. Because of its graphic nature, we blurred the video, but it shows a 16-year-old shoplifting suspect lying on the ground. Two other men can be seen with their guns drawn. The Osceola County Sheriff's Office said 3 armed Good Samaritans volunteered to help after the shooting. Osceola County Sheriff Christopher Blackman said an employee inside the store who was monitoring for shoplifting spotted 3 suspects hiding merchandise under their clothes and heading towards the door. That's when the sheriff says his deputy approached the suspects.
The loss prevention officer and our deputy attempted to meet those men at the front of the store, and when they did, one of the gentlemen took off running, had a gun in his hand. And with that said, our deputy fired downrange at the suspect and took him out. He had a gun in his hand running through the store.
But during this 1-minute press conference, the sheriff didn't answer any questions about how many shots were fired, share if the 16-year-old suspect fired any shots, or clarify what role the armed bystanders played in this response. But the sheriff's office stated the deputy involved is now on leave as FDLE investigates whether the shooting was justified. And the sheriff's office has not identified any of the people involved in the shooting here so far, but they did say the 16-year-old mother was notified of his passing. The sheriff's office says that 16-year-old lived in Poinciana and had actually just turned 16 on December 30th. We're now reporting live in Poinciana. I'm Sabrina Majore, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Sabrina, good report. Thank you. Florida law does allow people to carry concealed weapons, which is what we saw play out last night, even without a permit. Experts say when regular citizens, though, pull guns during a crisis and backup officers arrive at the scene, those officers sometimes cannot immediately tell who is a helper and who's a threat.
On one hand, you have Good Samaritans that stood up and say, "Here, let us help you." On the other hand, you have 3 more people carrying guns.
Under Osceola County policy, we looked, deputies can only use deadly force to protect themselves or others from imminent danger or to stop a violent felony. Warning shots are prohibited. We will continue to follow this major story. Watch for any developments on air and online at WFTV.com. We are looking to interview family of the person shot tonight for Eyewitness News.